Just watched the Obama's first documentary flick, The Factory, on Netflix. Gotta watch it. Gotta see it. It's the time and tone and temperature of the United States and world culture as it exists today in all of its best and all of its worst forms. It's sort of like going to Shake Shack. Everything amazing and everything completely fucked about the United States. And I understand that Shake Shack is even more popular in China. Welcome to The Roth Show.
The Roth Show, brought to you by Ink, the original.
Warning, full disclosure, I'm an equal opportunity antagonist. Everybody pisses me off. I hate everything, and I have nothing good to say about anything that I see on TV unless it's a picture of you or a selfie that you sent. You know what I'm saying. I'm just old enough to say it, and you're not. But now Tom says, once I've said that I hate everything and everybody and pissed off by virtually everything, my average day ranges from pissed off to not too pissed off, Tom says I'm a little easier to get along with, and somehow I have a brighter fucking view. What do you think, Tom?
I agree with all that.
Okay. So this is with the salty sense of humor or the complete lack of sense of humor. The name of my company is Laugh to Win. Has nothing to do with birthday cakes or Okay, we're going to work critically. We want to keep the bar high, and frankly, I identify with both sides and the middle in this documentary. Big shout out to the Obamas. Woo! Talk about unflinching critique. Everybody gets a blue ribbon. Everybody, I only know how to say that in Hebrew. Let's start with the card-carrying member of the American working class that my dad, my uncles, I got my first job when I was 12 years old. I told them I was 13 so that I could get a Social Security card, and I started shoveling shit with a whole lot of people who didn't speak English at all. Although I didn't see a whole lot of Chinese wearing cowboy hats, there were certain similarities, and I'm going to come around to all of that a little bit later. Hint, hint. Factory is a documentary about what happened to the General Motors factory in Dayton, Ohio. Dayton is one of the very first shows I ever played, opening for Journey. In the middle of the winter, some sort of an arena there. Dayton, Ohio. It's the epicenter of the United States. Whatever's happening there is kind of the way of things in most places. And the Chevy S10 pickup, which carted around a whole lot of Van Halen gear early on in the day, grew up, and then they closed the plant. That's the way of things. Swing band and doo-wop went out of style too. And they closed the plant. Everybody went wanting. A lot of people went out of jobs. A lot of folks who legitimately wear this kind of working apparel. Me, I'm an artist in residence, a constructionist, a behind-the-scenes storyteller, a reader of lyrics, and even this is some kind of, I don't know, maybe it's bizarre. Not ballroom, but perhaps ballroom, perhaps some bizarre ballroom, finer drinking establishment philosophy designed to just look like funny stories, or maybe it's just funny stories designed to look like philosophy. That in itself is Chinese, and I've had some Asian experience, as you have known. The Chinese move in and they take over the factory. Daiwo, I think is what it is. It's the glass factory who's making windshields for all manner of automobiles around the world. So it's a gazillion billion dollar sort of an industry, and they rehire everybody who got kind of dumped off quick when General Motors closed. This is 2008, something like this, that the factory closes, and some folks go for years without actually working, and they look just like everybody and all of us in the Van Halen audience, all of us in the Van Halen families, all of us behind the scenes that I grew up with at Muir, Pasadena High School, Blair, Arcadia High School. It looks like when all of the workers and all the guys and the gals get together in their hard hats and they collect right before shift, they all stand there, and it looks like a class picture from my personal graduating class. Okay, there's Greg Emerson, there's Orlando Chavez, there's Debbie Sierra. Of course, these are names from my past, but you might as well just switch the nameplates, and you have exactly the folks I grew up with. And if I didn't grow up with them, well, we all wound up in the same arena together, and I was singing to you about us. which is you, which is me, singing to you about me, which is actually you. And yes, Van Halen fans, whether we have a job or not, are generally quick enough to have understood that one as it went by, not like detonate later on the 405 headed south. They got that one too. Conversely, we're all working for the weekend. Speaking as card-carrying member of the Boomers with Humor, you bet. We're a recreation-based society. The idea of working is when you're not working. It's sort of like what I told you about yoga, Tom. What's the best part of doing yoga?
When you're done with yoga.
Exactly. What's the best part of most jobs?
When you're done with work.
And Miller time. When it's time to relax. And you can get the entire of the stadium singing along with that, and that's just one beer. Stands clear, beer after beer. When you talk about the Miller beer commercials on the Super Bowl, well, that's two forms of recreation mixed into one. I like to refer to another kind as turbo pop entertainment. That's drink beer and operate anything that goes. Tom, let me hear your best. Oh, fuck yeah. Say it.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Oh, right now, he's natural by that one. I almost lost my accent, but when I hear his, mine comes right back directly. Ain't that the way of things? Woo! Let me hear you say that, Tom.
Woo!
All right. Time for breakfast. Now, in a good machine shop, that's the sound of things. That's called team spirit and having yourself a time and getting through the day with some sort of élan. And even though it's French and it's a little embarrassing to pronounce it correctly, you know what I mean. Well, go fill the fridge. I'll finish the interview. And even that, okay, that kind of wabi-sabi frayed at the edge, pork barrel horseshit kind of humor is exactly what I grew up with. No, I don't dance like Fred Astaire. Fred Astaire, that's like a French name. Django Reinhardt. Oh, there's a great movie about Django Reinhardt. Django, it's in French, but it's got subtitles. You can find that on iFlix, whatever, okay?
I'm sure.
I'm not sure, because as soon as they started going, okay, you have to give us your height, your weight, your mother's maiden name, her social security, fuck it. Going back to Netflix, watch the documentary. I and most of my esteemed colleagues can name every single summer that we worked through junior high, high school, and subsequent, whether or not you did go to college. And we believe that if you didn't go to college, you still have every right to have a great world and a great life and a great family and. You don't have to have gone Ivy League, okay? I love education. You know, we like smart here, scary fucking smart. But you don't have to be smart, just be enthusiastic, belligerent enthusiastic, or enthusiastic belligerent. Either one will get you invited as a lifetime member here at Diamond Dave's Tiki Bunker and Seaside Bass Trap. Where the debris meets the sea, meet me, Diamond Dave. Happy hour from 5 till February. Woo! Say it, Tom. Woo! Yeah, it sounded more like a lunchtime whoop, but it'll do.
The Roth Show, brought to you by Ink, the Original.